Dumelang, Sanbonani. I hope you guys are good. I'm good, guys. All right. Today we are talking about the cross-border employment arrangement and who has jurisdiction over it, right? Over that. Okay. Welcome to the platform. My name is Devos Kosana, and this is the labor relations guide platform. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. Please. Especially remember to subscribe to become a member to the platform. All right, let's get to it. South Africa, cross-border employment arrangements. Who has jurisdiction, right? All right, let's go through it. Cross-border employment arrangements are commonplace as human mobility, technology, and globalization have become more fluid. This engagement can often result in an employee being present and performing services in one country whilst the employer is present in a different country. Further complexities arise when an employee is placed by an employer of record or temporary employment services TS as at a client in another jurisdiction. That's what we call labor brokers, right? February 2025, the Labor Appeals Court in a matter of Sorel versus Petroplan, Sub-Saharan Africa, Pty Ltd, recently considered the territorial application of the Labor Relations Act 66 of 1995 in a TS money arrangement where the client was located outside of South Africa and where the employee sought to refer an unfair dismissal dispute against the TS in the Labor Court in South Africa. The Labor Appeals Court in Sorel held that where an employee is engaged by a TES, the territorial application of the LRA is to be determined according to the locality of the undertaking for whom the employee is engaged to provide services and not the location of the undertaking of the TES. In essence, this means that it is not the place at which the TES conducts its recruitment or labor brokering business which determines the place of the employment for purposes of jurisdiction in terms of the Labor Relations Act, but the location of the undertaking for whom the employee renders services, i.e. the location of the business of the client. Cross-border TES arrangements present a host of complexities from a tax, immigration, and employment law perspectives. In this issue, we focus solely on the employment aspects regarding the territorial application of the Labor Relations Act in the context of the TES arrangement by discussing the most recent case of Sorel, right? Findings of the Labor Appeals Court in Sorel. The issue in this case was whether the Labor Court had territorial jurisdiction to determine an alleged unfair dismissal dispute referred by Mr. Sorel against Petroplan Sub-Saharan Africa Pty Ltd. Mr. Sorel was engaged by Petroplan SA logistics superintendent at the gas exploration project in Mozambique and was appointed to provide his services to two companies, one registered in Mozambique and the other registered in the United Kingdom. Effectively, Petroplan SA operated as a TES. The logistics superintendent role was an in-field role, where Mr. Sorel would have been required to work on location at the remote gas exploration site in Mozambique, reporting to a field operations manager with the UK entity being responsible for directing operations at the site. However, due to COVID-19 and visa complications, Mr. Sorel had to work from home in South Africa on alternating duty cycle. Mr. Sorel's services were terminated effectively 24 June 2021. The Labor Appeals Court found that the location of the undertaking for services to be rendered was in Mozambique, and accordingly the Labor Court had no territorial jurisdiction to hear the matter. Moreover, the contractual relationship contemplated that Mr. Sorel's workplace was in Mozambique. The Labor Appeals Court clarified that the principles applicable in a cross-border employment TES relationship and held that an employer may conduct more than one undertaking with the location of an undertaking at any given time, ultimately being a question of fact. What is important in determining territorial jurisdiction for purposes of the LRA is the location of the undertaking for whom the employee provides services. Although Petroplan SA was effectively a TS and its undertaking was located in South Africa, Mr. Sorrell was contracted to work in an undertaking in Mozambique, which was separate and divorced from Petroplan SA's recruitment business. The fact that Section 198 of the LRA stipulates that the employee is employed by the TS and not by the client of the TS does not alter this conclusion. Jurisdictional considerations for the parties in the cross-border TS arrangement. This case authority is in line with the previous decisions, the Supreme Court of Appeals and the Labour Appeals Court, in relation to the relevance of the locality of the undertaking in determining the territorial application of the LRA. Key considerations include whether the undertaking is separate and divorced from a South African undertaking, or whether it is inextricably linked to the business in South Africa. If it is separate and divorced, then it is likely that the locality of the undertaking is not in South Africa and the LRA will not have application. Accordingly, and with reference to TS arrangement, the location of the undertaking for whom the employee renders services is relevant. This is the undertaking of the client rather than the TS. The TES is involved with the recruitment of personnel for clients, which is an undertaking distinct from the rendering of services to clients at a particular location and workplaces. Subject to the applicable local laws of foreign jurisdictions, engaging employees through a TS in South Africa may not necessarily protect an overseas entity from being sued in their local jurisdiction. Further, engaging a South African employee in terms of an employment contract that seeks to oust the jurisdiction of South African courts or tribunals will also not necessarily exclude the possibility of an employee referring a dispute in South Africa and the South African court or tribunal exercising discretion to assume jurisdiction over such matter. Thank you very much, guys. We'll do another video sometime next week. Mondays, we'll be doing these things. Mondays and Wednesdays, right? Please remember to tune in. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share with others. Let's grow the audience. Let's make sure this information reaches other people. Thank you very much.